it's all about the clap back. Get your boss whacked, Premier's funeral on Snapchat. You now tuned into the bag.
Big plate, big dinner, bitch, I'm a made nigga. Ballin' hobby, trust nobody, me and my grave digger. I'ma have it all, I'ma have it all.
What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist Schooner while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen, hit that sub button. You understand me? Hit that sub button. Join this Fist Schooner army. Get Fist Schooner tough. Alright, with that being said, I'm disappointed in the Patriots for cutting Cam Newton. That's very, very disappointing. But you know what? It is what it is. You know, I really think a lot of that shit is I really just think a lot of it just comes down to Cam Newton ain't the most likable person. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, the media, you know, if Cam had a better reputation, he'd have kept the job. A lot of this comes down to politics. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this is political. You know, the fact that Andy Dalton is going to start over Justin Fields, but Cam couldn't start over Mac Jones, and makes you wonder. Okay? A lot of this comes down to, it's like, my biggest fear with Cam Newton in New England was people in New England, I don't think they ready to embrace a black quarterback. I'm going to be honest with you. They're not ready to embrace a black quarterback. Alright, those people in New England was writing reports about Cam Newton listening to hip-hop music and shit like that. When Cam Newton lost last year, they said he paid more attention to his outfits than the game plan. Like, Tom Brady don't be GQ fresh and shit like that for 20 years, married to a model. But, you know, the people in New England is not a good fit for Cam. I don't think those fans in New England would have ever embraced Cam, and I just think it would have been a bad situation if Cam was their starter. My biggest beef with Mac Jones, and I'm going to say this again, my biggest beef with Mac Jones is, why is he good enough for the Patriots, but he wasn't good enough for the 49ers? When the 49ers got bullied into taking Trey Lance, I thought it was because Mac Jones was trash. Oh, Mac Jones isn't a good pro. Mac Jones is going to suck in the pros. He's an Alabama product, all this other shit. But because y'all hate Cam Newton, he's good now. I'm confused. If Mac Jones is good enough to beat out Cam Newton and start for the greatest head coach of all time, why wasn't he good enough for San Francisco? Because we all know Shanahan wanted Mac Jones, but the world and everybody in it except for me bullied them into drafting Trey Lance. He didn't want Trey Lance. He got bullied into taking Trey Lance. So I asked the question again. Why is Mac Jones good enough to beat out an MVP quarterback and start for the greatest head coach of all time, but he wasn't good enough for the 49ers? I'm just confused. Something's not adding up. Do y'all hate Cam Newton that much? I mean, for real, do y'all hate Cam Newton that much? That's my question. I mean, Cam will be fine. He'll probably end up in Washington. I don't want to see him in Washington because they're in my division. But he'll probably end up in Washington or Dallas, backing up Dak or backing up Fitzpatrick. He'll probably end up in Washington or Dallas, more than likely. Maybe the Houston Texans backing up Tyrod Taylor. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to be a backup, if he wants to stay in the NFL, I'm sure Houston, Washington, Dallas, somebody to give him a job. But it is disappointing that Mac Jones, who did nothing but tear apart preseason backups, is good enough to be a starter. So I just hope that Mac Jones is as good in the regular season as he is the preseason. That's all I'm saying, because the guy's going against backups all preseason long, because Cam Newton started all the Patriot games. So when Cam Newton is playing against the starters, then they bring in Mac Jones, he's going against the backups. So I just, okay, New England. In life, sometimes you get what you ask for, and sometimes you really shouldn't ask for it. So my whole take on the Cam Newton, Mac Jones thing is, the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall. So basically what this tells me is the Patriots are tanking the season. They're not winning a Super Bowl with Mac Jones. Mac Jones is not good enough to go one-on-one with Mahomes. He's not good enough to go one-on-one with Allen. He's not good enough to go one-on-one with Lamar. Basically, the Patriots are saying we're rebuilding. Because when you let Cam go, you're saying you're rebuilding. So in a nutshell, what is this? Belichick's way of getting Josh McDaniels, the transition to Josh McDaniels? Belichick ain't winning no damn Super Bowl with no Mac Jones. This is basically Belichick's way of preparing Mac Jones and this new regime of Patriots for Josh McDaniels to take over in 2023, something like that. Because Belichick ain't gonna win no Super Bowl with this shit. A rookie quarterback. So y'all mean to tell me Mac Jones is good enough to go win a Super Bowl? He good enough to get out the AFC? Nah, y'all needed an MVP for that. You can say what you want about Cam Newton, but the guys want an MVP, and he's not scared of the moment. There's gonna come a point in time, and Mac Jones, it's like, you got Mac Jones at quarterback. This ain't 20 years ago when Tom Brady takes over and you just win with good defense. There's no such thing as playing good defense and winning in it. Whatever. I'm glad I drafted Damian Harris, because it's going to be a lot of running that ball. All that spread shit that y'all was running in the preseason, he's not getting away with that in the regular season, I promise you. So if Mac Jones proves me wrong and he's a stud, God bless. But I think the Patriots, they might regret this one. This is a move that they might regret. Because at the end of the day, the Patriots are a team that's ready to win. Notice the teams that want to win, the Bears, they're starting Andy Dalton because they think Andy Dalton can game manage them into some wins. You know what I'm saying? The teams, Jimmy G is starting in San Fran because they want to win. The teams that want to win keep the veteran. The teams that ain't shit, Jaguars, they ain't shit. The Jets, they ain't shit. They clear the decks for their rookie quarterback because they know they are going to be trash. The same thing goes for the Patriots. Belichick knows he's not good enough to beat these elite teams in the division, in the conference. Belichick just said, I'm not ready to win a Super Bowl. We're going to go with the young quarterback. Whatever happens this season. He punted the season. Belichick punted the season. If Belichick wanted to win a Super Bowl, if Belichick wanted to actually go for it, he would have kept Cam. The 49ers kept Jimmy G. They want to win a Super Bowl. The Bears think they could be a pretty damn good team if Andy Dalton don't turn the ball over. That's why he's starting. When you have a veteran quarterback, you keep him there if you want to win. If you want to clear the decks, that's because you know you're not going to win. Look at the Jets. Look at the Jaguars. They know they ain't shit. So they cleared the decks. But anyway, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. God bless Cam. I hope this ain't the last time we see him as a starter. But if it is, Cam, it's been one hell of a ride, man. And I really enjoy watching you play every Sunday. But that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you're rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I'll approve this message.